Good morning, my friends. It's another wonderful day in the Philippines. In this video, I'm sharing with you my path to Philippine retirement, how I found the courage and I went from despair to adventure. Check it out. Retiring in the Philippines can be enticing for many reasons. The warm climate, beautiful mountains, beaches, and warm, inviting culture. But I think for most of us, truth be told, it's because of the low cost of living, the quality of life we can have on our Social Security income. In my videos, I try to never give advice. I'm not a professional life coach. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a financial planner. I'm none of those things. I'm not even trying to convince you to come to the Philippines. In this video, I'm going to share with you what my life was like at the time, what I went through, and how I gained the courage to come here. Before that, I had a general plan what I wanted to do. The Philippines wasn't even my first choice. As a matter of fact, when I first started planning my retirement, I had no intention of leaving America at all. My idea was to have like a 30-foot RV completely paid off and then just slow travel, moving every couple months. If I got bored, I'd move sooner. If I liked it, I'd stay longer. Simple as that. You know, living in San Diego for the better part of 45 years, having traveled the world a little bit, that was the best place that I'd ever been on the planet. Now, in those 45 years, I had never really wanted to be anywhere else. Somewhere about this time, COVID kicked in, and the world was changing fast. Freeways were getting blocked, cities were burning. The daily drama in America was getting ridiculous. Rents were skyrocketing. I had two brothers working for me full time. They living on the streets because they couldn't afford to pay rent. I was paying them almost double minimum wage, and I wasn't making any money. About this time, it was 9 months to 65, my retirement age, and the American dream had all but faded away. Now, there were people living in their cars working full time, making more money than I would make on my Social Security. Life was getting more melancholy on a daily basis. I spent many hours wondering what I was going to do with an unclear future. Somewhere about this time, I discovered YouTube. Pretty soon, I was on YouTube every afternoon, binge watching all the usual suspects: Vagabond Awake, Geo, Old Dog, Overstay Road, Tim K, Enrique, even Harold Balder. So then I started watching videos about Southeast Asia, South America, Eastern Europe, just anywhere in the world with a low cost of living. Taking notes, comparing, contrasting, it was giving me hope. I'd fall asleep at night, living vicariously, instead of tossing and turning with a subtle feeling of despair. Finally, I chose the Philippines, and I'll get more into that later. It's one thing to choose a country, it's another thing to pull the trigger and hop on a plane and go. Now I had to go from dreaming to doing. That's where courage comes into play. I needed to stop wasting time. I needed to stop fearing regret. When reality set in, it was daunting at first. Dealing with the feelings of fear, uncertainty, and starting a new chapter in the Philippines was a bit overwhelming at times. I began to feel anxious about all the unknown challenges I would face. Dealing with fear was not easy for me. But which fear was worse? Living in America on Social Security or going to the Philippines and possibly having a good life? Once I finally decided the Philippines is where I wanted to come and I began talking with my friends about it, I was shocked at the amount of negativity that I received. And especially some of the people that were the most negative were the people I was closest to. And the people that were absolutely the most negative had never even been here, knew nothing about it. Everything from being kidnapped to being cornered in a small town and forced to marry one of the local girls, or some pervert passport bro, or just coming here to be a predator. Unbelievable. And those are all the never been here experts. Literally disgusting, my friends. Finally, I just gave up trying to win arguments with idiots, and life got better from there. So the next big dilemma facing aspiring expats is where to land. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do when you get here? Finding the right location to live could be very stressful, but it wouldn't be so stressful if you were only coming for a vacation. Better yet, an open-ended vacation. So you know you're going to come, you just don't know when you're going to leave. So all you got to do is plan the first couple of weeks by coming. That's not so stressful. The Philippines has 7,000 islands, each with its own personality. So imagine you were going to retire in America. I mean, even going to America, you wouldn't necessarily know where to land. You might go, oh, I want to be in California. Okay, well, would you want to be in San Francisco, Los Angeles, Palm Springs, San Diego? Where would you want to be? And that's just California. You want to be in Maine, you want to be in Florida, you want to be in Colorado, Seattle. There's so many choices, and until you actually experienced it, you really wouldn't want to lock yourself into being any one particular place. Now, let's say you found a place in Oregon or Colorado you could rent for $100 a month, not too far from a big airport, where you can travel anywhere you want to go. Even on a budget, you're probably able to hang out for a while and not be rushed to find some place to settle down. What I'm suggesting to you right now is what I've actually done. I've got this place for 3 years, let's say, and that's 3 years I can travel around until I find the right place that I want. So just come, find yourself a home base, and then you're free to roam around at your own pace. Maybe start with an Airbnb for a few weeks, or possibly a hotel. If possible, come for an open-ended vacation. Then renew your tourist visa until you decide if you want to stay and where you want to stay. I've met 3 other expats who have done exactly that. I think coming here for a visit before they make the final move has allowed them to come and explore without all the pressure. I know a couple who came here for a month and they ended up staying 4 and 6 months. One of those guys is coming back tomorrow. He had been here for 4 months. He went home. He's liquidated everything at a pace that allowed him to get the full value instead of having to dump it. And now he's coming back. He knows where he's going. He knows where he's landing. And then from there, he knows it's an ongoing adventure. It takes a lot less courage to come here on vacation than it does to make the big move. That being said, this, my friends, is the story of my path to the Philippines retirement. It's clearly the best move I've ever made, and I've made some good ones. And now I'm that guy who feels passionate about encouraging the courage to follow your dream. For me, the dream isn't over, and it's exciting. I'm having new dreams at 6 months to 70. You know, everybody has good days and bad days. One thing I can tell you that since I've been here, I've never regretted a day. I've never really wished I was anywhere else. I still think San Diego is one of the most beautiful, amazing places on the planet. But compared to here, I do not miss it. I'm just plain happier on a daily basis. It's a new country, it's new culture, and I can afford to travel almost nonstop. And I'm just excited every day. I'm so glad I found the courage and strength to come and give it a try here. The American dream retirement was no longer available to me, but I found it here in the Philippines. I started out searching to feel content, and now I found happiness. Every day, it's a new adventure. I guess that's what you hope for when you're finding a new culture. Part of the American dream for me was retirement. Traveling across North America in my RV. When my time came, it was no longer available. Over the next couple of years, I had to set my sights lower. My American dream really became simply just to have a secure roof over my head and 3 meals a day. With that in mind, that's what I came to the Philippines to find. And what I really found was my original American dream. And that was I could travel almost 365 days a year. So when the American dream was out of stock, sir, I found it in the Philippines. Now I feel so lucky on a daily basis, and I have the usual suspects to thank for that, for helping me by encouraging the courage in me to come and see for myself. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Help me grow my channel. Ring the bell for notification of future videos. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover in future videos, please let me know in the comments down below.